here.
He's up here. He's down. He laid down.
100 yards up. 2018 brought its share of challenges for my family and I, but here we are again. It's September, and we're in the elk woods. Lindsay would have 2 short days to hunt, so we really needed to focus and push hard if we were going to be successful. Day 1 had our spirits high as we returned to this familiar place. We had a few encounters, but overall conditions were not ideal. Coming off a double hip replacement earlier in this year, my dad was back on the mountain, stronger than I've ever seen him. That made me feel so good. And down we went on our first exploratory mission. We found some sign, but we didn't seem to find any elk. We had a few cameras set up, so we checked them to find some pretty interesting things. Some elk, some other critters. It soon became apparent that 80-degree temperatures, along with 14 other hunters on the plateau, was not doing us any favors in finding an elk to shoot. No matter, we still had fun and enjoyed each other's company. It was hot, it was dry, the leaves were reluctant to change. We needed some moisture. Here we sat on Lindsay's last night of hunting. Throughout this entire year, I look forward to spending this time with Lindsay. I really love the fact that she came out, even though it was just for a couple days. I always feel like the wilderness brings us closer together and strengthens our bond. Lindsay's departure signaled 5 days to solve this puzzle of killing an elk with our bows. We were finding all the places where they should be, beds, sign, but no elk. I recall this bench as one of the most elky places I've ever seen in my entire life of bow hunting. It just looked like there should be a big bull with a herd of cows just around any corner in here. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. With the forest yet to be illuminated by the sun's rays, we climbed the plateau with a difficult task ahead of us today. The aspen meadow up top not only harbors the memory of my dad's first bow kill, it harbors our lost loved ones. We set out today to spread my grandmother's ashes right next to where my grandfather's were spread in the years prior. One of the most difficult things I've ever had to do or witness was seeing my father spread my baby sister's ashes. Drawing strength from each other, we set free a beautiful being that was taken all too soon. It became surreal. We began to weep. Surrounded by this beautiful place, we couldn't help it. It's not supposed to happen like this. Sometimes God's plan is impossible to comprehend. As I overlooked the meadow, I couldn't help but think that all of my lost loved ones were safe in heaven with Him. That gave me comfort. As if scripted, rain began to fall from the sky later that day. It's like they knew that that's what we needed. As we took a moment to sit, a small doe came in, only to run away as soon as she hit our scent trail. The rain continued to fall, and we continued to climb. Up the hill we went, till it was becoming apparent that the elk just weren't up here. Nevertheless, we pressed on and enjoyed each other's company. This time of year still is magical to me, and spending it with my father is something that I wouldn't trade for anything. We knew it was time to find a new plan and a new place. We drove to the next drainage and descended down a nasty hill, and eventually hit this really cool irrigation ditch. Soon became apparent that we did not want to shoot an elk down here. The deadfall and steep slope would make for a near impossible pack out, so we moved on. Well, we've been logging miles, hunting hard. This is day 5. We've seen some elk, but nothing close enough for a shot. Lindsay left on Tuesday morning. It's now Thursday evening. I've got until Saturday evening to hunt. Sunday, I'll drive back to town. Dad and I went and looked at a new spot. There's a lot of hiking, so he's pretty beat. There was a lot of vertical, climbing over a lot of down timber. It sucked, but I'm gonna go out solo tonight. Sit up by the spring where he's got cameras. Grab those cameras. Maybe bugle a little bit. We'll see. Still really pretty up here. Just got into the spring. The only thing we were seeing on top of the plateau was cattle. My dad didn't really like that, so he ran up to these ones and scared them off. One of the other hunters in the area that my dad actually knew and hunted with over 20 years ago gave us a tip as to where some elk were. We headed down to the bottom to Glass and see if we could turn these elk up. Small rolling hills and folds in the terrain, covered by giant aspen trees, dominated this bottom. Elk could literally be anywhere. What just happened?
I came through these trees, and there was a bull behind an aspen. I thought it was a big mule deer buck, but it turned out to be looks like a 5x5 bull. And I ranged him. I was behind her a couple yards. I ranged him at 44. I told him from 40. And he's pretty flat shooting. And he's actually about 42. I ain't drilled him. Complete pass through. Pass through. He's up here. He's up here. He's down. He laid down. Yards up. Yeah. So now we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
Countless arrows in practice, countless miles on the treadmill, all boiled down to this one successful moment. The bull died within my sight, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, buddy. Alright, we're on our way down the hill.
Again.
First time today. We got back to camp pretty late last night. I think we got into camp around 11:30. We got kind of turned around down here in the bottom.
You got us turned around?
We, together.
Who found our way out?
You did. We got 6 bags of meat, or 5 bags of meat in the head. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. We got back straps, the tenderloins, and I think some of one of the hindquarters out last night.
Evidence of sex on it.
Yeah, proof of sex was on one of them.
Tag is still down on the head. You should have probably wrote
Yeah.
the tag up
Yeah.
with the meat.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how far it is. We've wandered around quite a bit last night, so I don't really know how far it actually is down here. So we should find out now. Off we go.
Goodbye.
Stand by for complaining. Alright, we're just getting loaded up. Found my arrow. That was cool. We got about 20 inches of penetration. There's a little piece inside of them still. You see the break right there. So we got, let's see, one more bag of meat and the head to get out. That's it after this. I got a pretty heavy pack. Looks like Dad's got a pretty heavy one too.
Pillowcases.
Yep, pillowcase, game bags. See, my dad's got a state-of-the-art frame.
Found a little broke off antler.
Yep, that's cool.
State of the art.
Yep. We made it out of the bottom. Now we're to the top bottom.
Now we're to the hill.
The hill. If you've seen previous videos, it's basically an old logging road that's, what do you think, 35 degrees?
Close to straight up.
Yeah,
It feels like it when you're going up it.
it does. We got full pack.
You got a little pack.
Dad's got a pretty full pack too.
Not bad for an old guy.
Not bad at all. Catching our breath, and slowly but surely we'll get up there.
And hopefully by dark. Reverence.
And with that, the sun set on another year in the elk woods. We took with us one magnificent bull, and we left part of our hearts up there in the woods. the difficult year that we had, it doesn't surprise me one bit that this trip was our best yet, although that seems to be the case every year as we make memories as well as leave some to be made the following year. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a successful season, whatever that may mean to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, shoot straight.